It's the National Football League on EA Sports, and tonight's clash of conferences is just moments away. It's the Miami Dolphins and the Green Bay Packers, next on Madden Football.
And we come to you from one of the truly iconic stadiums in the NFL as you get a look at Lambeau Field here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Miami Dolphins and the Green Bay Packers. Welcome again, one and all. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Brandon Gaudin on hand alongside Charles Davis. And yes, the storyline here, the weather. Snow and more of it expected as this game continues. So how will that impact how this one goes?
Can these teams ignore the distraction and the strangeness of playing in a snow game? Because it actually affects the crowd as well. That big roar you get is often muffled when there's a snow game. And the second part, what's the footwear you got on? Does that fit the turf you're playing on? And how will it handle as things get a little bit slick?
Here's Jason Sanders now to get this one started. And off we go from Lambeau. Amari Rodgers to return it from his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. First play and a first throw for Rodgers. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Wasn't picked off.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Rodgers now to throw. That'll be complete to Allen Lazard. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one covers 29 yards, first down. In this weather, any big play in the passing game, that's just a bonus, right?
It certainly is, but oftentimes offenses think inclement weather plays to their advantage because you know where you're going on offense. Defenders have to react, and they often.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 47. Throwing is Rodgers. Caught by Cobb. And he'll be brought down.
A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Rodgers. That one into the hands of Watkins downfield. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 17-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards. 4 consecutive passes to begin this opening drive, and you can't argue with the results. They've already driven it into the red zone and a fresh set of downs here to play with.
Which means there's a lot of trouble. Continue to go in that direction because right now they got the defense back on their heels.
Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. Looking for Watkins, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins will take over here at their own 14-yard line. So we see it right here on the opening drive, throwing the football in these snowing conditions. Going to be very, very tough. You wonder if they're going to rethink the aerial attack going forward.
It will be interesting, and it'll be a debate because most of the quarterbacks that we know, they believe they can throw through anything. They don't care if it's rain, snow, it doesn't matter as long as they get a chance to throw the football. And I think a lot of coaches think that in these conditions, let's throw it early before things get worse.
Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. This drive starts out on the ground with Michel, and he finds enough. It gets him to 2nd and 4. Tua going to throw. Well, the pressure gets there, and Tua's going to be taken down. Preston Smith comes in for the sack. A CD, you know, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
And this came from the edge, and those pass rushers, they have so many tricks of the trade to get around blockers. They have a lot of tools in their kit. This was pure speed and athleticism on this play, though, and they could barely get a glove on him before he got the quarterback on the ground.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure already in the first quarter. They sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another. The defense is a lot bolder.
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. Now here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. On the return, it's Rodgers. Nifty move. 35 yards on the return. Picked up some good blocks as well. And the Packers will have a short field to work with here as they take over 1st and 10. The Packers offense here coming back out for their second drive. Well, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it.
It happened because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
Now a throw incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Man open, here is Jones. Touchdown! Aaron Jones, 29 yards. And the Packers are playing the early lead as they're on the board 1st down and 8.
And that's an area the defenders were very good to take out of the game. You're just trying to move everybody in one direction. And when it's a running back or another receiver, as they sit down behind the sideline, you've got a problem on your hands.
Yeah, well, the defenders hate it there. It happened, and it resulted in a touchdown. On is Mason Crosby for the point after. Now, these are not going to be easy on a cold, snowy night, but this one is up and through. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the... Now, after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. So Miami coming out for their second drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine
those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So find a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
From the 36, Tua. The pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. Quinn Walker came through to make the sack. And they set him on the blitz from that linebacker spot. And boy, he got there quickly.
He certainly did, and obviously he could have used a block from his running back, but I think you nailed it right there. The defender got into the backfield so fast, it was hard for anyone to react.
It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Tua. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
They want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well. And that's what they just did on that play.
Tua's throw here taken in by Gesicki. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After 7-0 on EA Sports. it's Dolphins football. As they've got it with a 2nd down and 2 coming up. Play action. Now it's Tua. This will be caught. It's Waddle. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. And those are some important yards lost right there.
Yeah, it all comes down to discipline, doesn't it? And every team tells us that they coach it, they preach it. In this case, it slipped a little bit.
Now left side on the swing pass. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. Good.
2nd and 11 now. Tua sets up to pass it. Steps away to his left. And inside the 5-9 on the play. And it'll be 3rd down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They'll run here with Raheem Mostert. But he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1.
But a good play is made on defense. Oftentimes, leverage is the key to everything. Defensive line not getting turned. All the other guys making sure they're in the right spot. And on that play, they were able to stop them short of a 1st down.
Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he is in. Touchdown, Miami. Alec Ingold punching it in from a yard away. And the Dolphins' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. And, Charles, maybe that's one they had dialed up. Hey, if we're in a 4th and goal situation, we're going to our muscle.
And you can feel the boom, boom, boom all the way up here where we sit. The earth was shaking, and he found his way into the end zone.
Yeah, but that's such a great guy to have around the...
Extra dimension to add to your offense. When you can finish things with power, that's hard for a defense to deal with.
Extra point through the snowflakes, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it ends with a 1-yard. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. From the 6. Now a hit and a loose football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. And careless with a football there on the kick return.
And one thing I love about going to practices is trying to get around coaches and hear their catchphrases and what they really emphasize. We haven't been to a single one yet this year where a guy fielding a kick, you don't hear tuck it over.
Ball security eluded him. On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And this one goes, lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Here's Tua. Throwing for the out route, he finds inside the 15. The Dolphins on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. They'll get this underneath to Edmonds. And the Dolphins are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up. Looking to pass. Tua. Touchdown, Dolphins. Tua finding his old Alabama teammate, Jalen Waddle. And the Dolphins have moved out in front. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the 1st quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the 2nd. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes the score 14-7. Just a 4-play drive that time. And a touchdown. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. This is taken just shy of the 10. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Green Bay's offense ready to go again. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns.
The formula to get them down there the first time. Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
On first down, Rodgers. And this is caught by Watkins. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Looking for Watkins, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. They'll start following the 45. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. After the turnover, it's Tua. On the right side, open is good. 3 yards on the completion there. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. That's complete to Mostert out of the backfield. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. 3rd and 7 now. They tried to swing it out left into the flat, but the defense, they were very principled there.
Very West Coast offense, didn't it? You know their expression, right? The West Coast offense, when they throw the ball, it's either going to be a touchdown or a check down, meaning they like to press it downfield. If they don't have it, swing it out, which is exactly what we saw there. But how about the great pursuit and tackle to make a nice play?
Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. The Packers bringing in an extra member of the secondary here to try for the 3rd down stop. Now Tua. That's complete to Edmonds, his running back. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. His throw in
your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. They try to throw on so back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Wilson. And he'll be stopped short of the 1st down as they rally to tackle him at about the 28. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it'll be 4th down. One
of the feature points of the in route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks that he'll get. But he has to be careful. Receiver wander into some tough territory. If he's late with the ball, he can get his receiver hit and hit hard.
Sanders' kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Dolphins taking a lead to the locker room as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome, everyone, to our brand new studios here in downtown Orlando in the EA Sports halftime report. First, though, time for a check of the next-gen stats from that first half for Miami. And even though they've got the big cushion, I would imagine they'd like to see a little more out of their passing game. pretty pedestrian numbers through 2 quarters of play.
Indeed, Coach, thanks very much. And that snow you alluded to showing no signs of stopping, at least in the foreseeable future. Not too many breaks ahead according to the radar. More snow on the horizon as we are back underway in half number 2. And no run back here as the third quarter will commence with a touchback. The Dolphins getting set to go back to work here in quarter number 3. And they've got the lead, CD1.
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line can play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times. Schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it. 7 yards on first down. That fits the bill.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Tua. And just not enough. Almost looked like a pitcher who ripped his fastball a little too hard and let him go late and it bounced in front of the plate.
Yeah, one of those fastballs that ends up at 57 feet, not 60 feet, 6 inches. Just a little short with the arm, which is unusual because we saw him in warm-ups. He's got a big, strong arm when he delivers it with confidence.
Here's Thomas Morstead now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And he'll send this one into the cold Lambeau night. Rodgers to return it. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Here's the Packers offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And that
Partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well.
yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Throwing now is Rodgers. Toward the sideline, and he will have the first down as he was able to keep the feet in bounds. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. He was out there waving his arms. When you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone...
Mike McDaniel, he's going to ask him to take a closer look at this call. Out comes the challenge flag. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Here's the call. And that's also going to cost him a timeout from the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And some room to maneuver. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Packers are back within a score. So a strong drive here to lead off this third quarter and gets them right back in this football.
Put our best foot forward in the first half, but we certainly mean business now. Maybe a better term, a prove-it drive. They proved it to themselves that they were ready to go.
Crosby with the extra point. And leads down to a field goal at 17-14. The drive there is spanning 3 plays on by Aaron Jones. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Waddle is going to elect to not bring this out, and instead his guys will begin at the 25-yard line. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Still enjoying the lead here in the third quarter despite their two, and the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Forced out to his, and eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Rashawn Gary that time fighting for you and getting to the quarterback.
Like how they started the third quarter here, they forced a missing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their second win coming out of the locker room. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Here's a handoff to Mostert running left. The limited running room is here. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And the pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. Preston Smith able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. And here's Rodgers on the return. 35 yards that time on the punt, and it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. Green Bay's offense ready to go again. The offense running out.
Warned against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. 55 rushing yards rushing for him now on just his first 3 carries. When he runs, he seems to do a nice job of knowing when to be patient and find the hole, and then when the hole is there, he goes quickly.
You're exactly right. He knows how to just take off, but you know what else? And finishes it going forward. That's what you want to see out of your backs.
On first and 10, here's Rodgers. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
It's starting to become a game for him to forget with the interceptions, but that's a step in the right direction. Not only did he choose to run it instead, but he saw the field well and made a nice pickup to get a new set of downs.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Rodgers going to throw. This is complete to Watkins on the slant. And it's a Packers touchdown. Sammy Watkins, a 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Packers have scored again in this third quarter. This time to move out in front. Well, no connection. It looked like they maybe had some pre-play communication. Maybe one of them noticed an area that was open in the defense to get the pass to it.
When you put the time in, sometimes you have that great silent communication that you just noticed right there, because the best quarterback-receiver combos in the NFL, they know how to make those adjustments at the line of scrimmage when they see something pre-play, and they got it done there.
Extra point try now for Crosby. It's up and good to make it 21-17. So they only needed 3 punt finishes and off with a touchdown reception. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Waddle is going to elect to not bring this out, and instead his guys will begin at the 25-yard line. Dolphins offense returning to the field. And here we are, almost through 3, found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. That one good. Defenders, there was a pretty big gap there for him to run.
And it helps that they were in a dime defense. That's 6 defensive backs. So this is why a lot of teams now are searching for those linebacker safety combo type guys who can add a little bit more size on the defensive side of the ball, but can still run as well, because when you run against 6 DBs with some bigger offensive linemen, you often get this result.
back now at here as we get set for the fourth. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Tua going to tap this forward on the jet sweep. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down. But just a simple tap pass.
The simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion, up to another defender. Somehow they didn't get that communicated well, and it turned into a nice play.
And again, it's Tagovailoa. On the screen, this is Edmonds. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. They could have snuffed that one out. The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Throw left side here, complete to the tight end, Gesicki. And they snap him short of the first as he can only get to the 20. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll bring up 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard, and they rallied and made the tackle.
Fourth down, 4th quarter. Here's Tua. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any 4th down stop is a big momentum play.
They'll try and run some clock now with Jones. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 70 yards rushing for him now. He's only carried the ball 4 times. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much for the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
And not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. The stretch, he should have fresh legs.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now, I could be in that huddle where they're saying, if you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. We've got a 1-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. Back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. They'll go again to Jones. Room here to run. And he's going to get this down inside the 5 before he's out of bounds. A big run there by Jones. 49 yards on the ground.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. Now Jones. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. Aaron Jones, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Packers get an important score there to extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Now Crosby for the point after. And that one pushes the lead up to 11. That drive goes 80 yards in 6 plays. And the last play in the drive was... Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. So Tua and the Dolphins down by 11. A minute 36 to go. They need a touchdown with it. Got it 1st down. Now Tua. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And 26. Tagovailoa. Eluding the pressure right. They go out to the flat for Edmonds. So 3rd down. Tua. He is going to find Hill here. And he's going to step out of bounds all the way down at the 30-yard line. It's in 4 yards. So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Here's Tua. Being chased out left. And his throws go.
That's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens.
Incomplete as well. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Tua to throw. That's incomplete.
Last chance left, and this has to be a 1st down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live football. Charles, you cannot say enough about that play by their special teams. Think about it. That keeps this game at 2 possessions in the 2nd half and really adds pressure to the opposition.
Yeah, it certainly does, especially their offense. It takes a lot of pressure off the offense of the team that's leading. They got a little bit more of a cushion to play with now. How about the thanks each guy was getting as they came up the field after that block?
The Packers looking to get out of here with a win as they take the knee. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go. An inside give to Jones. And some room to work. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. That good for 22 and a 1st down. Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed the intermission. They come out, they have the big 2nd half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. You just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the 2nd half, and that led them to victory.